So clearly I'm not doing well mentally right now, but I'm always talking about what I'm struggling with. So I thought I would make a video talking about the one thing that I have actually gotten past with my CPTSD, and that is the disassociation. I, to my knowledge, no longer disassociate. To my knowledge, I haven't for about 10 years, so it's pretty good. I disassociated bad when I was younger, from middle school on. And what disassociating is when the abuse would get really bad, part of my brain would just kind of fuck off and leave my body on autopilot. And what's weird about this is you can still absorb information while you're on autopilot, while you're disassociating. And so later I would wind up with all of these facts in my brain and knowledge, and I would have no memory of where I learned it or how I obtained it. In high school, one day the police came and told me that I had been saying things that I didn't remember saying. I had been dissociating and apparently talking about things that I wouldn't normally talk about, and so the police became involved. That was the first time I became aware that I was doing this. The next time I would become aware of it would be through my first husband, wife, spouse. So the abuse continued after I got married. And the person that I married, let me go ahead and be clear why I'm having trouble knowing what to call this person. I married a man who was transgender and wanted to be a woman, and as far as I know is now living as a woman, but when we were together was a man. And I was a heterosexual woman thinking that I had married a heterosexual man, so I called him my husband. Now he's changed and become a woman, and I don't know what the proper pronoun is to not be offensive to everybody, because when I think of this person, I still think of them as my husband because that's who they were when we were together. So, but anyways, the abuse was pretty bad with them, and I would dissociate. I would just go away. And what made me aware of this was, I think it was either for my birthday or Christmas. It was some holiday we were exchanging gifts, and they had gotten me a game, and I still remember the game, Kelly Slater Pro Surfer. And I popped it in, and I was playing it, and I was like really good at it right away. And I commented, I was like, yeah, this game's easy, I'm really good at it. And he's like, well, you should be. You played it for like 2 weeks straight when we had it before. Apparently, one of the times when I was dissociated, he had gotten the game from a friend, and I had become obsessed with it in my autopilot state and spent 2 weeks, literally 24 hours a day practically, playing this game. Subconsciously, I still remembered how to play this game because of that, because I picked up the controllers and I instantly knew what I was doing. Consciously, I had no memory of those 2 weeks. I had no memory of ever seeing this game before. I had no idea why I was so good at it. But he did, because he wasn't dissociating. And so, for the majority of our marriage, there are blocks where I have no memory at all because I was dissociating and running on autopilot because the abuse had gotten so bad that my mind was just like, I'm out, I can't take this no more, you're on your own, and just left my body to deal with the abuse. It's been a long time since I've been told that I've done this, because it used to be people would tell me, you know, you did kind of some strange things last week, and we were just wondering if you were okay, and I'd be like, I don't remember what I was doing at all, but yeah, I'm good. That was kind of, I mean, it's weird to be proud of getting over something you weren't aware you were experiencing, but at the same time, now that I'm aware that the dissociation was a symptom of my CPTSD, it was part of my brain trying to cope with the ongoing abuse, and knowing now that, you know, I haven't done that in 10 years, whether I've consciously stopped myself from doing it or I've just gotten away from the abuse and away from the triggering things that make it happen, I've gone about 10 years without it happening. And that's an accomplishment, you know. Obviously, I still deal with a lot of the other attributes of CPTSD, but the fact that the disassociation kind of just went away tells me that maybe one day the other attributes will kind of just go away as my life gets better. I don't know. I've been told that it is a permanent disability, that it's not something that's just going to go away. It's something that I'm going to have to work on for the rest of my life, and probably that's true. But I can't say for certain that for now the dissociative part of it is gone, and I'm happy about that, you know. I'll be much happier when the train wreck emotional state is under control, but I'm working on that. I am taking medications and trying. It doesn't help when people harass and bully me, because I am not as strong as you guys. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video, was the disassociation. I guess I should make another video talking about my first husband, but that is that's a deep dive into toxic male masculinity, is what that is, and I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet.